Mobile Service Monday brought to you by Spiffy, the only full-stack mobile service platform trusted by top dealers and OEMs.
Welcome to Mobile Service Monday. I am far away from Florida today. What'd you say? This will be across the pond?
Across the pond, yeah.
Across the pond a little bit. I'm here with Carl Drummond. Did I say that right?
You did.
I did. I knew I had a 50-50 shot. But Mobile Service Monday is in the UK. And I struggle with the location. Where are we at right now?
At Trustford Edgware, North London.
Trustford in London, Edgware.
Edgware, yeah.
Edgware. So welcome to the show.
Welcome. Thank you.
And also thank you for the invite.
No, you're welcome. You're welcome.
And Carl's going to talk to us a little bit about his mobile fleet, which, you know, I feel like such a small guy when we come to his fleet. He has a fleet 3 times the size as ours, and just want to hear your story. Well, let's start with how you got into the dealership.
Yeah, so been with Ford for 27 years. So worked for an independent Ford dealer as an apprentice, all the way up to senior technician, went to workshop controller, service manager. 20 years later, I joined Trustford as a after sales manager at Erdington Workshop in Birmingham. So while I was at Birmingham, we had mobile vans, but we only had 2 vans that we used, and they were just out once or twice a week. Didn't really gain that much traction. We tried, but we had other areas of focus. And then COVID came, which changed the world for everyone. We put 2 vans on straight away, so we went up to 4 vans, and then 4 vans were out for 3 months constantly, 24/7. There was out rescuing fleet vehicles across the network that dealerships had closed down due to COVID. And then from the back of COVID, our chairman at the time decided to expand. So we went pretty much from something like 26 vehicles to mid-70s, 75 vehicles. And we started to take on technicians in locations that we'd never worked out from before. So all the way from Aberdeen to Inverness, all the way down to Plymouth, all the way across to Norwich and Wales, places where we didn't have Trustford locations. At the time, they were still run out of dealerships. And it didn't quite work for the first couple of years because we were trying to find our feet, and it was tough going. 23, we decided to separate it away from the dealerships, just to put in people that have got after sales minds into it. So my boss is called James Bacon. He's the head of mobile service. There was myself, ran the south of the country, and Tom Wild ran the north of the country. And the way we obviously scaled it was pretty similar to what you guys are doing over there. There was lots of recalls. We would we'd look at used car centres and check their stocks and go through their recalls. But when it really started to work, we've got a 360 approach with our fleet department of sales. So we'd go to customer meetings with them and sell mobile service, which would sell the vehicles. So every meeting that we would go to, we'd agree SLAs to what we could do. So we started operating at times at nights and early mornings, things that we had never done before to try and gain new customers. And it's slowly taken off from there. Well, I say slowly, it's rocketed off from mid-23 up until now. It's it's gone crazy.
So give us a rundown. How many vans do you have on the road today?
So we've got 175 vehicles split across 8 hubs. So we've got 6 sort of fleet retail hubs that Scotland, Yorkshire, the Northwest, Midlands, London and South West. But then we've got 2 specialist hubs that deal with last mile customers. So your last mile customers are your supermarkets of this world, your Asda's, your Tesco's, your Amazons, and they specialise in obviously nights, their defects, and keeping their VOR down.
Yeah.
So
That's pretty cool. Now, out of the 175, how many employees are on your team for the mobile service side?
we're around about 300 colleagues now, so we've got everything from all the traditional roles that you'd have in a service department, your service advisors, your controllers. We've got a bookings team that are just dedicated to all bookings. We've got QC managers, which is slightly different, where the QC managers are basically out in the field checking the compliance of the vans, checking the technicians' quality, and then obviously we've got the technicians. We've also got by-spoke teams, like for instance Amazon. We've got an Amazon team that are just dedicated to them, that deal with all their bookings, all their VOR. We've got specific customers, we've got account managers. So we've just found different ways to really keep these customers engaged and keep them coming to us, and yeah, we go out to different new customers all the time now.
Yeah. So when you were doing this whole entire process, did you just write it one time and then, hey, this is it?
Got many scars, many scars. But mobile, I always say workshops have been around for forever, and every workshop you go to, it runs similar. It might have slightly different processes, slightly different software, but the process is the process. Where there was no roadmap to what we do in mobile. Yeah. We've tried so many different things and failed and got the scars. And we're still trying to this day. We're 175 vans, we plan to be 200. We've got to change the way we think about things, the way we do stuff. We built solutions on the back of our DMS to help us give customer updates and customers make their own bookings. But no, to answer your question, we've rewrote this several times, and I'm sure we'll rewrite it again. So
that was the one thing that when I was called from Bozard, they asked me, did I want to be a mobile service manager? And I was like, why would you want to do that? Because you always think about all the stuff you can't do. It's like, oh my gosh, that'll be hard to do this. But then what really drew me to was nobody has it really figured out. No. So it's almost like you take, like you said, the same process that's been in it since I was in it in the 90s. It's still the same kind of process, except software has changed. Yeah. But it's still kind of the same flow. This kind of just rips that right off, and
it does.
Here's you a blank board. Go to town.
It does. I mean, exactly the same as what you said at the time. Mobile service. Everyone laughed at it to a certain extent, and that would never take off.
Yeah.
And I understood it from their point of view. To having mobile vans in my workshop, my technicians were more efficient in my workshop than there was out on the road.
Yeah.
But we sort of flipped the narrative on its head and actually started looking at us as a sales tool and what we could offer to sell more vehicles. Once we understood what we were, that sort of changed everything for us. We stopped chasing the buck, the money. We started chasing customer experience, and off the back of it, it's sort of flipped it, and we are making profit now.
Yeah,
so.
and it's always cool because we always preach that the numbers, you know, that's a result thing. That's a past number at that point. Yeah, it's a lagging indicator is what we always name it. But the process before you do it, that's what kind of creates that. So if your money's wrong, there's something else. Your process is broken. I love what you said about the customer experience and using it as a sales tool. Because that's how we're flipping our script also on that part. We
100%.
went after retail, but now, man, what helps service? You sell more cars.
Exactly. There's always an ancient thing between sales and after sales. It was sort of like they cause us problems, we cause them problems. But we work, like I say, we work together now, and it's powerful. It's powerful the way it's changed.
It is. On our, we're advertising just Bozard Fleet. And now my offices is upstairs with the commercial sales guys, and we're kind of joined at the hip at this point. And I love that because you said it's always been two different departments.
That's correct, yeah.
You always feel it's like, why does sales do that? And it's like, well, if they didn't do it, we wouldn't sell any cars. Their personality and they have to be a certain way.
Yeah.
I couldn't sell cars.
No.
I'm too structured.
No, I appreciate definitely. I mean, we've all been on the back end of a sale that you think, oh my God, what have they sold here? Or what have we done that for? But they don't have to sell the vehicle anymore. We sell the vehicle for them.
Yeah.
When we go to these meetings, they talk about the spec of the vehicle. They talk about numbers and when it can be delivered. But after that, it all diverts to us. And it's all about what after-sale support that we can deliver them, what SLIs we can do, what rates we can do. And ultimately, all of these fleet companies, all they care about is having the vehicles on the roads.
No.
So we sell these vehicles for them, and we've got a great team, we've got a great fleet team. So we're very blessed.
Is it easier for your team to walk into a new customer and promote mobile service instead of trying to sell a brand new vehicle?
Yeah, so we do lots of customer demonstrations of what our software is and what we've got in customer portal. But most of these fleet managers are seasoned fleet managers anyway, so they already know exactly what they're only interested in after sales. They're interested in VOR statistics.